Welcome. This is the fifth episode of the Introduction to Biotechnology course. In this episode, we're diving into aquatic biotechnology. Aquatic biotechnology involves using aquatic organisms, living organisms that reside in water, whether marine or freshwater, or parts of them, or their products, in either their natural or modified form. This definition is consistent with the general definition of biotechnology given in the first episode, which you would be familiar with if you've been following the course from the beginning. It's important to note that we're not limited to just fish. We can perform biotechnology on any organism that lives in water. Now, what exactly is aquaculture? In simple terms, it's fish farming. It involves the breeding and raising of fish or other aquatic organisms in a controlled environment, rather than simply catching them from open water. This includes providing specific food and maintaining their environment. As mentioned, it's not just for fish, but for marine organisms in general. This definition is sourced from the National Ocean Service. It's a significant application, as 50% of the fish consumed globally comes from aquaculture. Moving on to the modern applications of aquatic biotechnology, which is where we tend to focus. Like modern applications in other areas of biotechnology, animal, land, microbial, genetic engineering plays a significant role. As we discussed in an earlier episode, genetic engineering is fundamental to current and future biotechnology applications. Through genetic engineering, we can produce various outcomes. One notable example is the genetically engineered salmon, which received approval for human consumption in 2015. You should be able to distinguish between genetic modification, engineering, and hormonal treatments, as people often confuse them. Hormonal treatments can cause unnatural swelling, which is different from what we do in genetic engineering. With the genetically engineered salmon, the change is in the flesh itself. It's both normal and abnormal in a sense. Let me explain the difference with the salmon. Imagine two salmon of the same age after a set period of time. One is normal, and the other is genetically engineered. The genetically engineered salmon is significantly larger. This is because it has overproduction of its growth hormone. Its growth hormone production rate is much higher than the normal salmon, leading to a larger size in the same amount of time. It's important to remember the distinction between gene editing and genetic engineering, which was explained and emphasized in Plant Biotechnology episode. That explanation applies here as well. The genetically engineered salmon is the first genetically modified animal approved for human consumption. We discussed the first genetically modified plant product in Plant Biotechnology episode. The genetically engineered salmon was a significant development and caused quite a stir in the field of biotechnology. Other modern applications include producing oysters resistant to certain disease strains through genetic engineering. We also see the production of vaccines for fish like salmon. While there are likely more applications, these are some of the notable and trending ones that are important to be aware of. The next episode on animal biotechnology will be much longer and packed with information. That's it for today's episode. We'll see you in the next one on animal biotechnology.